All right, guys, welcome to class today. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome to class. All right, so it's real business today. We are starting the practical session. However, before we go into practicals, I'll just explain. Every time we're introducing a new concept in the practicals, I'll just explain it first, make sure everyone understands, and then we'll go into it. All right, so Linux operating system. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay, so we have manual for this course, and this particular course is called, I simply call it Linux, but the full name is Cloud Server Administration with Linux. We already explained the concept of cloud and the relevance and place of Linux in cloud. Okay, so let us go into cloud and set up our Linux server, and then begin to practice with that Linux server. In cloud, straight into the real thing, no improvisioning, no substitution, the real thing. So, all right, so let me quickly explain the place of cloud here. So where are we? This is page. All right, can you see my screen, my page?
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
you can see it.
All right. So let's represent cloud by this. You already know what cloud is. So in cloud, we have everything and more that we need to set up our network. Remember what we said the network is? That is the basis on which information technology rests, is the foundation. So the ideal thing would have been for you to go buy physical servers, set up your MTN or your T-Mobile or your Facebook office. All right. But these days, what you rather do is go into cloud, and there in cloud, you have enormous, almost unlimited resources in cloud. And then you can now set up, in our own case, because we are not doing cloud properly, we can set up as many servers as we want in cloud, and then put our Linux operating system in these servers. And then we'll sit right there and begin to practice our Linux operation, because we said cloud server. So first of all, we are going to cloud. Now, before we even go into cloud, you will not just go into cloud like that, because it will not allow you. There is a door in cloud that you need to open for yourself. All right. So when you come sitting outside of cloud, and then through internet connection, you are connecting to cloud. When you get to the door, you are going to knock before it lets you in. And then knocking means that you are going to create an account. You are going to create an account. And then you have your username, we call them credentials, login credential. Your username and your password. All right, so you have your username and your password. And then when we say cloud, there are many cloud providers. There are many public cloud providers, but the most popular of them all are three of them. They are owned by companies called Amazon, another company called Microsoft, and then a third company called Google. Of the many cloud providers, hundreds of them, many of them commercial, some of them private cloud providers. These are the three most popular ones. So we'll focus on these three. And specifically, we'll focus on this one because it is the number one cloud provider in terms of market share and in terms of stability and the number of services available within their platform. This Amazon cloud, the cloud that is owned by Amazon, is called Amazon Web Services, simply called AWS. The cloud that is owned by Microsoft is called Microsoft Azure. And the cloud that is owned by Google is called Google Cloud Platform, simply called Google GC. And this one is simply called Azure. So of these three, the one that we are going to be focusing on as our cloud platform and using for our practicals is the one called Microsoft Web Services. And that is deliberate because it is the biggest cloud provider in the world. So it is not okay for you to jump AWS to go and learn any other cloud provider platform. It is not okay for you to say, I don't know AWS, but I know Azure. No, it's not acceptable for the purpose of looking for a job out there. Or to say, I don't know AWS, but I know GC. You must first of all know, irrespective of whether you are going to learn this on top of that or not, you must first of all know AWS. All right, so no wonder everywhere you go is AWS, AWS. Yes, do you know AWS? Yes. After you know AWS, you will now decide that on top of that, I also want to learn Microsoft Azure, which is the second market, biggest market holder, and then that. This owns like 33% or maybe 34% of the market. This like 21% of the market. This like 15% of the market, which means of every 10 people using cloud out there, every 10 employers, 4 of them are using AWS, and 2 of them are using that. All right. So for that reason, the cloud that we'll be talking about here, every time we talk about cloud, will be AWS. Now, to go into cloud, the first thing we're going to do is create an account in AWS so that we can have access to cloud and its resources, and then we can set up things that we can practice in. Cloud is live network, by the way. I mean, we have said that in many ways, even though we didn't see it directly. So whatever we're doing in cloud is live. It's not like, let us do it here first and then see how it. No, it's live right away. And you will see what I mean by that. Therefore, whatever we practice in cloud can be taken as live practice and can be added as experience. So you are coming, many of you are coming in with zero experience. By the time you are done with cloud and done with all of this practice, you should be able to claim at least 2 years of experience based on the practicals that would have, the projects that would have completed and accomplished in the course of the period. All right, so did you get all of that? Any questions so far?
No questions.
Okay, so let us now go to AWS and create an account. And with that account, we have our login credentials, and then we're now able to log in we are now able to create servers, and then we are now able to start to learn Linux. But bear in mind that what we are coming into cloud to do is to learn Linux as an operating system. So I will not be able to take you around the whole cloud and show you all of the facilities, all of the security group, all of the NACO. We'll do that in a different course called AWS. We'll be taking a deeper look into cloud itself. All we want to do under Linux is set up a server, run Linux operating system in the server, and begin to practice all the Linux commands that we'll ever need in our lifetime to be able to manage Linux servers in cloud generally. Whether that cloud will be Microsoft in future or Google Cloud, it is the same. You want to know how to run Linux server in one platform, it is the same for all of them. Great, awesome. Now let's go. Now for this one, we have a manual that explains everything like I'm explaining now, all right? Everything we are covering, all right? And how to set up how to go to AWS. So you would have this manual, it's a 32-page manual as part of your material, all right? So in the time being, let me just leave that in the background. I'll go to AWS. To go to AWS, I'm going to come here and I'm going to type aws.amazon.com. You see it? aws.amazon.com. So I press enter. And ladies and gentlemen, it brings me to the gate, the door to AWS Cloud. And it says sign in. But you are completely new. You cannot sign in where you did not create an account. All right. So in your own case, is anybody practicing right now? I'm going to allow you to practice now so that I can help you to set up this foundation. Then hereafter, you may just watch me. So if you have your system in front of you, yes, please go ahead, type this, and let me help you set up AWS. If you do not, no problem at all. Just watch this video all over and then follow the step. So type aws.amazon.com on your favorite browser and then bring CV. Is anyone doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So in your own case, you are not likely to see sign into the console. You are likely to see create an account or set up an account. What do you see in this red box?
Create an account.
Correct.
Create an AWS account.
Correct. Click that. All right. And then just like you are setting up an email address, complete the questionnaire. Enter the details. Answer the question that is asking. All right. So all right. So what is it asking you right now?
Verification code.
Code?
Yes, so when I registered with my email, it sent me a verification code I'm about to enter.
Okay, that's fine. So quickly go to your email, grab that, and then come back. Any other person trying to do the same?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to fill in my details.
Okay, take your time. I'll really be slow here, so at least you can have a platform to practice with. After that, we can discuss.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is if it's for business, organization, or personal for your own project?
Personal. All right, for those that are just watching and concentrating, this is what they are completing. All right, so you enter your email address, And then the account what name do you want to call it? You want to call it Akin or theITern, and then you say verify email, it sends a verification code to that, and then you go there, pick it up. Then come back and continue. But I already have so many accounts, so I'm not able to create new accounts. I'll just guide you.
Excuse me, please.
Yeah.
It's saying I tried verifying my email. It's telling me it was open before. I clicked something in my email. It took me to a place that is saying sign in, root user, I am user. I don't understand.
Yeah, we'll come there. Just hold on. Okay. You already completed the opening of your AWS account. Apparently, you had it before, so
I can't even remember, sir.
Yeah. All right, so we'll continue from there. Who else is trying to create a new cloud account?
Yeah, I'm trying to create one, but right now it's asking for credit card details or something.
Yeah, can you provide now, or do you want to?
Yeah, I can go ahead and do that.
Yes.
I'm also trying to, well, I had an account, I had a student account learning AWS on my own. So it's like I'm combining both accounts.
What do you mean combining? You could use that if you already have an account.
Yeah, because I already have a student account.
Yeah, so you're not creating a new account because you already have an account. So
yeah.
It's not for you. Who else has not been here before and is creating an account for the first time?
I'm creating a new account. Would the credit card be charged?
Not right now, but in future, if you use more than this is a free account. You'll be allowed to use free resources with terms and conditions attached for the next 1 year. However, if you exceed or go beyond the free resources that you're entitled to, you may be charged.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Quick question. Is it a business or personal account?
Personal.
Okay.
I just finished making mine.
Oh, great. Let's wait for 1-2 more persons. Oof. So, oh, man, I didn't even know I was. I'm sorry. I'll show you my private info here. I didn't know I was. But I was.
Excuse me. I think I'm in, but it says go to the AWS Management Console.
Yes, just hold on for us. Any other person? Are we waiting for anyone else?
Yeah, almost there.
Yes, I'm almost there.
Okay. So the person who said he was in, can you see my screen? Is this where you are now? Is this where you something?
Yeah, this is where I am.
Oh, great.
I don't know whether it's root or I'm supposed to say it.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just got in now. I'm sorry, I'm lost. I'm a little bit late to class. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have just done only less than 2 minutes or 5. So just hold on, bear with us. So what we're doing now is creating an AWS account.
Okay, creating AWS account. Okay.
You sound like one who already has one. So. All right. So by the time you are done creating your AWS account and you come back here to say aws.amazon.com, and then you press enter. It should bring you, because I attempted to create an account, it's telling me I must complete that. But don't worry, I'm going to ignore. Anyway, in your case, it should bring you to this screen. We have 3 people on. No, let's not rush. Let's just wait for who else is still setting up account.
Okay. Should I also create mine too?
Yes, go ahead if you can. Yeah. Well, we are not necessarily waiting for everybody, but as long as we have a handful of people.
I'm almost done with mine as well.
Okay. If you can, you create. If you cannot, for one reason or the other, no problem. Just watch the video all over and then follow it.
Mr. Aregbesola,
yes,
where can we find the documents, the guide you mentioned earlier in the class?
Yeah, I will share. You mean the manual for this class?
Yes.
For this class? Yeah, I'll share it with everyone who deserves to have a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me. I'm done.
Yeah. Who else are we waiting for? Is everyone done? We
So
have up to 5 minutes.
What should I have to press in the to search for the AWS account?
aws.amazon.com.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, don't worry too much because the manual has it. So the manual says, go to aws.amazon.com, create a free AWS account to log in, and then log on. So do we have up to 5-10 persons who have created accounts?
I've created one.
Okay. Who else? 1, 2.
I created.
I've created one as well.
3, 4,
Created also.
5.
Yeah, I created one.
5, 6 over 40, now to.
Yeah, I created one too.
20%. Okay.
Which user? And I am a user.
Okay. So let's work with the 7 persons that I've created. So you come back to AWS, and then this time you are going to say sign in, no longer create account, and then that brings you to this screen. On this screen, you are going to leave the default value of root user. Leave it on root user. And then come here, provide the email address that you used just now to create the account. And then once you have your email address there, you click next. And here you provide the password that you used to create the account. So where's my own phone? All right. And then that should launch you, should open the door for you. And now you are inside, you are in cloud. Are you able to get in by providing your username and password?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So your first interview question is answered now. Oh, you claim you can use Linux, right? What cloud server have you used, or have you practiced, or have you deployed Linux on AWS? You just entered, you have not had it before. All right. Who else is here now? You are not necessarily going to see exactly what I'm seeing, but once you are in and you can see steps. Okay. Awesome. All right, beautiful. So When we click services, we are going to see all the thousands, or maybe that's a bit of exaggeration, all the hundreds of services available in AWS. But that's not what we are here for. We'll take care of all of this when we do AWS as our second call. What we want to do now is set up a virtual machine as a server. In AWS, virtual machines are called EC2. Look at it. What's the meaning? Virtual server in cloud. So let us set up not a physical server, but virtual server in cloud. So that means we'll be taking EC2. EC2 is one of the many services available in cloud. So right now, we are going to set up a server in cloud. So I take EC2. And if you didn't want to go all the way looking for EC2, whatever it is hiding, you could just search for EC2 right there. EC2, and then to come up, then you press it. It will take you to EC2 console. All right? Here you can play around, but again, this is completely new to you. You don't even know where to go. All right, don't worry about it. Just come here and say, launch a server, launch instance. So you come there, and then you say launch instance. This one, we're going to do it every day of the 1 month that we'll be spending to learn Linux. So even if you don't get it this first time, second time, by the time we do it the 5th time, you'll get it. All right, but if you get it once, oh, beautiful. All right, so now it brings us here. So what is it asking us? It is going to launch an EC2 instance for us because we clicked launch EC2 instance. And how many virtual machines? Instead of calling them virtual machines, now that we're in cloud, I'll simply call them instance. So how many instances do we want to launch? We want to launch 100 instances at once, or 10, or only one. In this case, we are launching only one EC2 instance. All right. What name should we call this instance? Let's give it any name. What's this January class server, for example? Any name is okay. I could just call it Linux server. All right. So I see January class server. All right. So I scroll down. In fact, let me know. Just scroll down. Oh, don't worry about these default values. Leave everything as they are. The only one additional thing that you provide now is to come to this key pair login. Click here. In fact, don't click there. Come to this key pair login and say create new key pair. So I click create new key pair. Here I provide a key pair name. I provide a key pair name. All right. Let me mute everyone because I'm hearing. All right. So if I use an existing key pair, you don't understand how I got it. So let me use a new key pair. So I come here and I say, create a new key pair. What is the meaning of key pair? It's simply key and padlock. Yeah, a pair made up of one padlock and one key. This is the key and padlock that you use to access your servers. I'll show you how to use it. But for now, let's just give it a name. Let's call it the ITern key pair, something like that. Key pair. All right? And then we say create key pair. Is anybody following so I can slow down or you are just watching? It's okay if you are watching, it's very okay so that you get it fed before you go and print it.
Yes, we follow.
Following.
Okay. So we'll now say create key pair. And automatically, that key pair will be downloaded to your computer, your system. Look at it. It was downloaded for me. It's right here. If I go to my download folder now, or whatever it is that my file will by default download to, I'll find it. I'm not going to distract you by going there. I'm just going to stay here. And then those are the only 2 questions I answered. The name that I wish to call the server, and then I attach a key pair to the server. I leave everything else as is. And then I say launch instance. My instance is launching, ladies and gentlemen. And now I have the virtual machine named January class 1 server. It's just coming up now. It's pending. In another 2 minutes, it should be fully on. And then I have everything about this machine, about this instance. Details, the IP addresses, the security, everything that I need. Of course, you don't understand what all of that means. You'll know everything about that in AWS. But for now, let us just focus on the machine itself. All right, the inside of the machine. Everything else you see is on the outside of the machine. All of this is about the, yeah.
What did you click to launch the key pair?
Don't worry, we'll do that one more.
Okay.
So this is the machine now that we just launched, and it is now running. Look at it, it's running. So our machine is running. All right. So let me show you what I was trying to explain here. So everything that you saw in cloud around the environment that you saw is about the outside of the machine. All of this IP addressing, the security, the networking, the security gate, the firewall is happening, is about the environment outside of the machine. The only thing that is about the inside of the machine is the operating system that the machine runs, which in this case is Linux. So for now, until we get to AWS, we have no business with, what is this on the outside of the machine? What's the meaning of, don't worry. So let us go inside of the machine now and begin to learn Linux in order to manage the inside. Right? So to go to the inside of the machine so that we can start to learn Linux and learn it enough to be able to tell the machine, do this, don't do this. If anybody attempts to come in, allow them or don't allow them, and all of those, this is how to do it. So let's go back to, right? You can see my screen one more time. So I come here and I go to connect. And then when I get to connect, there are many ways to connect, but the only way I want to show you now is to say EC2 instance connect. And then we say connect. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the inside of the machine running Amazon Linux operating system. This is Linux. We are now ready to start learning Linux. So what do we do? Here, what do you type? What do you want to achieve? So on and so forth. This is where we are. Let us start to learn Linux. But before we start to learn Linux, I'm going to leave here and repeat that process all over. And then so that at least by the time you are doing it yourself, you're able to set up in your own instance to get you here to be able to plan. All right, so let me close this. And it's very important that when you are done with your system, when you are done practicing with your virtual machine, you must come here, otherwise you'll be charged. Go back to the virtual machine, go to instance state and say terminate here, quench this instance. You say terminate this instance and you say terminate. That instance that you set up is now terminated. By the way, you have only 750 hours per month to practice on this free tier. So if you leave your instance on and it eats up all your 750 hours, and then you exceed your free tier limit, then you'll be charged. That's why your credit details were, the credit card details were taken. All right, but if you observe this little precaution, then you can safely practice without being charged. All right, so if we go back now and we say, show me instances, you see that even though this instance is showing, it's been terminated. Can you see terminated there? In other words, it's just the body. There's no life there. In other words, you will not be charged for the topic terminated. Okay, let's do it one more time. So let me exit exit here. And then I'll exit. And now let me go
Can I
back.
have a quick question?
Yeah, let me just repeat it one more time so that the question will be. So when you come to Cloud for the first time, this is what you do. I'm starting all over. After you have created your account, you go to AWS, aws.amazon.com. All right. So the first thing you do is create an AWS account, which you have already done. And you create it just once. It's not every time that you create an account. It's just a one-time thing for life. So because you already have an account, what you want to do now is sign in using your account credentials to AWS Cloud. So click sign in. All right. So this is signing. The only reason is just bringing me here. Let's not talk. Let me sign in. So I go back, I say sign in to the console. All right. So of these two options, I ensure that my root user is checked. All right. That's the radio button checked, which means of these two options, this is the one I'm using. Root user. All right. What's the next step? I provide the email address that I used to create the account. In my own case, it's dean@theITern.com. And then I press next. This time I provide the password. All right. And that's my password. I can sign it. And by providing my login credentials, I am now inside AWS Cloud. All right, so now that I'm inside AWS Cloud, I want to start to use AWS resources. I want to set up a service. The service that I'm interested in right now is to set up a server running Linux operating system. In AWS, servers are called EC2. So I'm going to come here and say EC2. I could have taken it from here, but in your own case, you may not necessarily be seeing it. These are the last services that I use as I'm seeing. In your own case, you may not be seeing it. So EC2. And then if it comes up, you take it, or you just press it. It comes up with this. What do you want to do with EC2? You want to launch an EC2 instance. All right? So look at it here. Launch instance. This is red box. Launch instance. All right? So you click the small arrow beside it and you say launch instance. So this form comes up asking you questions. All right? How many instances do you want to launch? What is the name of the instance? And what is the key pair that you want to use to launch the instance? Those are the three questions. But don't bother about it because it will always be one. So the only two questions you bother about are one, the name of the instance. You may want to call it Linux server or my Linux. And then the next thing you want to do is provide a key pair. Now, you don't have to be creating key pair every time you set up an EC2. It'll be so much work for you. So you can use the same key pair that you already created, that you have, to work forever like I'm going to do. So I'm going to come here and I say, of all of these key pairs that I have, the one that I want to use for this, to assign to this instance is the one called, I thought I had one for your class, January class. Okay, the item, yeah, this is the one we just put. So let's use this one, the item key pair. So I click. Yeah, any name is okay. So I take the item key. All right. So if I did not have this and it was the first time, then I'll say create a new key pair. But once I have a new key pair created, what am I doing with them? I can use the one forever and ever. I'll just use an existing key pair. In this case, we created this one before. And by the way, it's so easy to create a key pair. Just provide the name. That's all. Just provide the name and then say create key pair. Finish. Nothing to do. All right. So we say the intern The
Right.
ITern, yeah?
Well, I'm trying to create a key pair, right? So he's asking like key pair type.
You are not following me. It's too early to ask questions. Leave it. Don't create a key pair, just watch me. Because I just took you here now and I said, all you need to do is just provide a name. So if you were following, you know that all you do here is just name, nothing else. Okay, yeah, just watch so that you understand first, and then once you understand, the others will be easy. So, but by the way, to answer your question, just come here and provide name, that's all. Don't worry about, it's not asking, it's just you that is looking where you shouldn't look. So, put your eye here on, all right, so in our own case, we already provided the name, the ITern key. All right, that's it. Those two questions. Question 1, question 2, and your note says it, that the only answers you provide after you click launch key pair is to go to name, provide a name, and then you go and just leave that one as it is, and then leave this one as it is, don't do anything. The only second thing you provide is create new key pair. That is only one. So if you already had it, then you will come in here. All right. So all other places highlighted there, you don't need to do anything. We'll just show you that that's the default value. That is what is already exists. And by the way, what's the default value here? Before I click launch instance, let me just explain what this is. Now, Linux has different dialects of the operating system Linux. There are different dialects, all right? So we have Amazon Linux, we have Ubuntu Linux, we have Red Hat Linux, we have SUSE Linux, like you can see, we have Kali Linux. There are over 300 different dialects of Linux, but we don't call them dialects. We call them distribution, distros, all right? Of all of these possible distros of Linux stroke Unix, the one that we want to use here right now is the Amazon Linux distro. And it's already highlighted, right? It's highlighted. I don't know if you noticed. Look at this. The blue color has changed. The light blue color has changed to this. The light blue color has changed to this. All right? Which means this is what I selected. But I come back here. It has moved back to that. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. In fact, I'm going to pretend that does not exist. But what this means is, of the possible distributions of Linux out there, you are using Amazon Linux. There's Red Hat Linux. There's CentOS Linux. There's Fedora Linux. But they are just dialects. They are all Linux operating systems are more than 85% the same. All right? So if you can use one, it's as good as you can use the other one. But in the course of our training, we are going to use at least 2 Ubuntu as well as Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux, CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora, all these 4, they are exactly the same thing. Exactly the same. CentOS is just a free version of Red Hat. In terms of command, they are exactly the same. All right, so we're using Amazon Linux here. And then nothing else. Because if I'm teaching you the other things, I'm taking you out of Linux. So provide those 2 answers, and then we say launch. So the instance is launching now, and it says success. I have successfully created a virtual server for you, and I have launched the operating system you chose, which was Linux operating system. I mean, Amazon. If I go back one step, look at it. I'm going back here now by clicking instances. I'm going to see that I have one instance that's already terminated. So where's my current instance that is on? All right. So I may just close this so that all of my instances will show. I see that one is coming up. This is the new one that I just created. And this is the last one that I created and terminated, which is there. It's just the body. So this is the current one. All right, current. Beautiful. So it is now running. is ready for me. All right, like I said, everything else that you see here is mostly about the cloud environment and how this virtual machine, this instance, relates to all other services in cloud. But specifically, for me to go into this server and begin to manage this server with Linux, then I'll need to go to connect. And then I'll make sure EC2 instance connect is highlighted. In this case, it is highlighted. Then I'll say, oh. It's connecting me, and I am now connected to the Linux operating system inside that. This is Linux. Which distro of Linux is it? Is it Ubuntu or CentOS or Red Hat or Fedora or SUSE or Kali? This is Amazon Linux. Amazon. All right, you can ask a question.
Is it the same as, is it also called a CLI, the command line? Is it the same? Can we call it the same thing?
So this whole black environment where I'm entering my command now is the command line.
Okay.
CLI.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Compared to this environment where I am not entering command. Instead, I'm just using pointer to point at stuff, and I'm just using my mouse. This area when I'm not entering command, but using my mouse to click stuff is called the graphic user interface. So there are generally two kinds of interfaces, the command line interface and the graphic user interface. What's the difference?
I would say the command line interface is where we put in our commands to be able for us to make the EC2 to function, and the graphic user interface is mainly for graphics, to be able to draw stuff. Just
okay. I know that voice. That's the voice I said sounds like somebody in previous class, right?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I've not seen your money.
I know.
All right. Yes. Awesome. So these are the two. And by the way, the more of this you know, the higher your pay. Nobody's looking for this kind of people. Everybody can learn that. The more of. So that's why we're learning Linux. Because Linux is really, yeah. All right, good question. That answers your question. Any other question? Okay. Are we ready to start learning Linux? Before we start to learn Linux, any other questions to quickly make sure that you understand the little that we have done so far? All right.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, regarding the key pair. Is it on the must for us to create the key pair?
Yes, yes. If you don't create it, it will hang. It will just tell you, I can't go on.
Oh, okay.
Right. It will tell you, I cannot go on until you provide me with a key pair.
All right,
Okay, so the first command you are going to learn in Linux is clear. It means clear the screen. Bam, the screen is clear. If you are here and you don't know what to do and you are typing your name, Jide, and it's not entering, you are saying, what do I do? And it's, it's telling you bad command. Whatever you type is telling you bad command. Very soon, everywhere will be filled up. There's nothing. And I say, you know what? When I come over, I don't want to see all of these jargons. The first thing I want to do is clear. So that's the meaning of clear. It's a Linux command. You just saw what it does. Clear. All right? The next thing that you want to know in Linux command is PWD, print working directory. It's a way of asking Linux, where in the world, where in your maze, where in your many rooms am I? And print working directory tells me, oh, right now you are operating from a directory called EC2 user, which is in home directory. which is in root. Oh, okay. So there are many directories. Do you know what directory is? Okay, so when you come here to, all right, so when you come here to, let's go to desktop, then let's go to lecture notes. Right? Do you see this yellow stuff? What's it called in Windows? It's called folder. Folder, right? So that's a folder. The yellow briefcase is a folder. This is a folder. This is a folder. So if I open this folder, there are other folders inside, right? So in Windows, we call them folders, but in Linux, we call them directory. So it's simply a place that you created to save your file. So I created this space to save all my files relating to Terraform. And within Terraform, I have other kinds of files. So just folder. So you know what folders are, right?
Yes.
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 Thank you, because I was beginning to wonder how many people are in class that are not responding. Okay, so thank you for asking. Now, so just as simple as it is here to say, I want to go into this folder and you double click it, it has opened. I want to go into this folder, you double click it, it has opened. It's not like that in CLI. Look at CLI. What are you going to double click here to open folder? So how do we now create folders here and move from one folder to another? Open folder, put a file inside, close the folder. How do you navigate like that? That's what we're going to learn. All right. So to create a folder, otherwise called directory, here in Linux, the command is make directory. Look at it. The equivalent of that in Windows is just to come here and say right click and say new. Where is it? Folder. New.
At the top.
Oh, okay, thank you. New folder, and I'll say call it me. Finish. It's done. But this place is not right like that. To do me here, I'm going to say make directory me. Press enter. Now the directory is created. It's created, but I cannot see it. How do I now see that the directory me was actually created? Because I'm in CLI. So the command to look around to see what is available, what exists, is ls. It means list the contents of this directory. This is the directory where I currently am. I just created a directory called me on top of the directory EC2 user. When I say ls and press enter, it's going to show me that I now have a directory me, which I just created. So this is the confirmation that this command works, because it's actually there. All right?
Yes.
All right. So fine, it's there, but how do I go into that directory so that I can maybe create another directory there or maybe put a file inside? The command to go into this folder that I just created is change directory, cd. Change directory to what? To me. And then I press enter. You now notice that me is now showing as part of the prompt. Okay. If I now say, where am I? Print working directory. It's going to tell me that I am now inside the directory me, because I said change directory. So I'm now inside the directory me. And me as a directory was created on another directory, EC2 user. EC2 user, again, is a directory on top of another directory, home. And home is a directory in. Let's make one more directory. Make directory u. And okay, it's created, but how do I see it? It's not here, I don't see it. How do I see it? ls. Oh, look at it. U. Oh, it was created. Okay. Now I want to go into you. I'm just seeing the door label marked U. I want to open the door and get into this directory. We're now referring, if we imagine that directories are rooms within our house. Inside our house. So if it's the door labeled you to go in, the command is change directory to you. All right, I'm now inside you. But how do I know I'm inside you? First of all, I see that instead of me, you is appearing here. So that is how I know. But the command to know exactly where am I here is print working directory. It tells me that I am in the directory, I'm in the room U, and room U was carved out of the room me, and that is carved out of a bigger room, that, and then everything. Or another way to look at it, yeah, let's take a step back. All right. So print working directory will show you your current directory. Make directory, list the contents of my current directory. Take me from where I am into the directory. Yeah.
Yeah. My question is, you're abbreviating the words.
Okay.
Is that how it works, or?
You mean the words? These are commands. Yes. Strictly, this is what you are here to learn. It's not me abbreviating. These are the commands that you are learning.
Okay. Yes.
Anytime you want to make a directory, this is the command. Anything else other than this, you are not making directory. It's a bad command. So if, for example, I say make, then I leave space and I say directory and I say them, this is bad command.
So will we get a like a PDF with all the directory listed on it?
You mean the list of all commands? Yes, that we are learning. Is that what you mean?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, look at the note here.
Okay, sweet.
More importantly, it's not just the list of the command, it's one by one what the commands do, like the different versions of Linux, different distros I was explaining earlier on. Okay. Fedora, Debian, Ubuntu, and then we'll now start with what is the meaning of root, what is everything is in the middle. And then the commands, basic commands.
Okay.
And then the meaning of ls, the meaning of ls minus a, the meaning of cd. Bold means it's a command. cd ... which we'll be using a lot. All of these commands one by one. Look at the one we are doing. Make directory, remove directory. There are hundreds of them. You will learn them all one by one. They are very many. But don't be scared, they are not so deep.
I have a question, sir.
It's just like QBasic.
Wow. QBasic, you know about QBasic?
Yes.
Are you old school like me? How do you do? They still do QBasic these days?
I know QBasic, I know DOS and
DOS.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 42, I'll be 43 April.
DOS, okay. To give you an award though.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. Great. What's your name?
My name is Tommy.
All right.
Tommy D.
Oh, great. Great. I started with DOS in 1994 when I came into CPI, right? MS-DOS, Lotus 123, WordPerfect, those were the things we started.
Yes.
Then Windows 3.0.
Yes.
All right. Somebody was going to ask a question.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to ask, like, how many directories are we going to learn? Is it like thousands or?
How many commands? About
how many commands?
100, 100, 80, 100. But it's not really about how many. We're going to learn the important ones that you need for your daily operations as a DevOps engineer. Just we're going to learn enough to, don't need to learn irrelevant commands that you will not use. So in all, there are about 150 commands, but if you learn like 80 to 100 of them.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to ask you earlier on when you were going to clear, you type in clear and clear everything on the screen, right?
Yes.
If you wanted to clear like say 1 or 2 lines, how you do that?
No. I do not know if a command I'll do it. So every time you say clear, it will clear the whole thing. You clear your screen. You clear
So
just
let's
this
say
no.
you type in a wrong command and you wanted to fix that.
Yeah, if you type in the wrong command like we'll be doing, it doesn't stop you. You want to remove this so that your manager doesn't see it. No, I don't know the command. And if I say I don't know, it nearly would mean that it does not exist. But it's hard to say something does not exist. Just because I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, but it does not impact anything you're doing, right?
No, it doesn't. Once you, oh, that was the mistake, and then you do the correct, then you are good.
Got it.
Yeah. It doesn't impact at all. It's neglected. It's like you didn't even type anything. Yes, any other question? Okay. So let's clear the screen. What are we? Print working directory. I mean, you want us to create one more directory on top of that?
I was going to ask a question.
Okay, ask your question.
And that's kind of like related to the previous one I asked. So now you cleared everything, right?
Yeah.
Say you have multiple lines, about 100 lines, right, of commands that were right, and you had one that was wrong. And somehow you type in clear and everything went off.
This is the list of the commands that we have entered. All this one.
Okay. So how would you retrieve those back? Or do you have to start by typing all the multiple commands again?
You know what? Let's just be going. You would all these questions, they will clear themselves. This is only our first. Yeah. But by the way, if you wanted, I thought the question you were going to ask me, there's a particular command that I entered that I like to use again. But now that you have cleared the screen, I don't have that command anymore. How do I get it? If you type history, it will show you all the list of all of the commands that you have used. Then you can, oh, this is the command, then you can take the particular. Oh, this is the command I'm looking. Yes, but yeah.
Yeah, my question is, it just came to my mind. So does everyone uses the CLI with the AWS? Or do we have any other CLI that we able to use, or everybody uses AWS CLI?
Okay, so your question is this the only way to connect to your EC2? Are there other ways to connect? Is that the
yes,
question?
sir, pretty much.
Yes, there are many other ways, and you are going to learn how to use this SSH client to connect.
Okay.
So next time, we are not going to come here to do it. We are going to do it through, you could do it through PuTTY, through Mobile XTEM, through, many other ways. And then I'll take you step by step. I will not rush you. But when you get to the mature level, this is ultimately where I will take you to. You know, this is called a VS Code. This is the big place where we'll be doing all of our work. But I'm not going to show you this from the. So to answer your question, yes, we are going to. There are SSH clients that we are going to use to connect. We may start to use that from our next.
All right, sir.
Today, yeah, let's just stay within cloud and practice within.
Thanks.
Welcome. All right, so let's learn more commands. So we're in you. Let's create another directory. Make directory him. And then ls. We will now have directory cd him. Okay, ls, nothing inside. ls minus ls, just nothing inside. All right. Make directory har. ls, yes, har. cd har. All right. ls, nothing inside. Okay. So what are we now? Print working directory. All right. So we're in a directory called har, which is inside him, which is and so on and so forth. All right. Now we can keep building as long as we want, one floor on top of the other until we get to it, or we'll never ever get to it. However, if we decide that we want to go back from this point, in other words, we want to leave the directory har and go into one step back into the directory him, and then from there, one step back from 7th floor to 6th floor, from 6th floor to floor 5 to floor 1 to floor 0, and then to the ground floor. The way to do that is to say cd space .1. Right? You see now that we have left har and we are now in him. All right, so if we do cd space ... again, You see now that we have left him. We are now in you. Who can guess? If we do cd dot dot one more time, where is it going to take us? From you?
Me.
Me.
Correct. Correct. So we are now in me. All right. So if we do cd space dot dot one more time.
Nothing.
From me, where is the next step? Where's the next
EC2 user.
EC2 user. ls. All right. And then if we now do cd dot dot one more time from EC2 user to
home.
Home. And that is it. We are saying home. And then if we do cd space dot dot one more time, what are we?
Root.
Root. Root. Only that guy knows because he already knew it, not because I thought. Now, if we now do cd dot dot one more time, there's nowhere else to go. We are now in root. Root is the last place. Root is the ground floor, the foundation. So I could go from 7 to 6 to 5 and so on and so forth. But when I get to the ground floor, nowhere else to go. So that is the reason it's called root. You know the meaning of root? The root of a tree. So it is from here that everything else germinates. This is the root directory presented by Slack. And to take a look at what is inside this root directory, the command will be ls. And then it is listed. So inside this root directory, we have a directory called bin, another directory called boot. I actually have a better way to list it. I can do ls minus L, and it's going to show me in this format. I prefer to see it in this format, listed like that, than just listed like this. So from now on, I'm not going to just do ls. I'm going to do ls minus L because I prefer. All right. So it tells me that I have a directory called var, user, sys, srv, root, proc, opt, and so on and so forth. This is the hierarchy of the Linux directory. All right. So when you see, as you progress, as we make progress in training, and then we're installing applications later on, you should recognize that the application we are dealing with, or whatever we are, is Linux, just by your recognition of this file system. Right? Wow, I've seen this before. This looks like a Linux. Oh, this must be Linux. This is Linux. Right? By the time you work with it enough, you will know. Anyway, that's not even the point. The point is, the root directory is the foundational directory on which everything grows, and these are the directories on the root by default. The system directory, you did not create them. The system created them, and the system always needs them and their file content to work. What system? The Linux. All right. Don't worry, you're not expected to know all of this directory, at least not now. And maybe not. Well, I'm just showing you that that is the root. Okay, let me explain the concept of root, just in case somebody's still not getting the concept of directory hierarchy in Linux. So we are saying that in Linux, the place where all directories grow from is called, I could represent it like that, or maybe like this. So there's a directory, another directory, or maybe you have many directories. The home directory, boot directory, user directory, what other directory did you see? etc directory, opt directory, all of them on top of root. And then there is one directory called home directory. Then on top of home, we saw EC2 directory. On top of EC2, we built me. On top of me, we built you. So these are just directories. I mean, this is one way to just picture it, and so on and so forth. All right. So if this is the root directory represented by that sign. All right, slash. All right, this is the home directory, EC2 user directory, me, you, was it how, then, and so on and so forth. All right. So if I want to represent this, if I want to show you this directory now, so that you see how one is mounted on top of the other, the full name, called path name is, I will start with where it started from, slash, home, EC2 user, and I'll separate it with slash me, then with slash you, then slash her. So you see how we got every time we type PWD, how we got this answer. This is called the path name. You don't need to know that, but the point I'm making is, like we said earlier on, the root is the foundation. Below that, nothing exists. So earlier on, we were here, and then we wanted to move from here to here. What did we do? What command did we type to get us from R to U?
CD space dot.
CD space dot.
Correct, correct. That is it. You already learning command. And then to move from here to here, same thing. CD space dot dot. Exactly what we did. And then from here to here, we type CD dot. CD me right there, CD space dot dot. And then when we got here, there was no other place to go. That's what we just did. All right. But okay, let us go back. Let's go practice more. What are we now? We're in root directory. Let's go back one step at a time to the directory that we created. So CD where's home here? Oh. Okay, right there. Oh, it's small letter, right? No. If I remember, I can actually type the whole thing.
Yes.
Well, let's take it step by step because we are dealing with people who have not seen system before. So CD home. So we are now in home, ls minus L. So inside home, there's a directory called EC2 user. So CD EC2 user, all right? ls minus L. There's a directory called me. So to go into me, CD me, ls minus L. There's a directory called U. To go into U, to be CD U. ls minus L. It means show me what you got. And then CD him, CD him. ls minus L, what's in here? CD her, ls minus L. This is the last one. There's nothing more. But when I did ls minus L, it's not showing me any more directory. Unlike previously when it was showing me. So what are we now? Print working directory. This is what we typed earlier on. Yes, question? Everybody understand to this point?
Yes. I have a question, sir.
Okay.
When I typed in make directory, it said I can command permission denied, cannot create directory.
Okay,
permission
so
denied.
yes. So you cannot just be in anywhere to create directory. To start to create directory and do this work, for now, instead of taking so much time to explain, just do CD first. Do CD, type CD, press enter.
Okay.
You can start to work. I'll explain that one later.
CD enter. Can I clear it first and then start all over?
Clear does not matter. If it doesn't disturb your eye, it doesn't matter.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I put CD enter.
Yeah, that's
so now
all.
I can.
Now start to work now. You are in your home. You are in your father's land now. Everything will work for you.
I don't know. I think it's me.
Okay, don't worry. Just be watching me.
Okay, sir.
Just be watching. Yeah, just be watching and then practice it. All right, guys. So now that we are here, we already experimented that if we wanted to go step by step, it would be CD dot dot, CD dot dot until we get our complete. But we can also say CD root, which means take me straight all the way to the root directory. So CD root. I think I'll stop at this command today, and then we'll revise everything we've done so. All right, so CD root, press enter. Where are we now? Who can tell me where we are now without even typing PWD?
We are the root.
Go back at the root.
We are in the root directory. But to confirm that, people may not know, you see PWD, it shows us just that. That is defined for root directory. All right, guys, so let's revise everything we've done in terms of command, allow you to ask questions, give you time to practice making mistakes, and then that'll just continue too many commands in one. How many commands have we learned today? We've learned PWD, CD, CD, ls minus l, CD dot dot, CD stash, clear, make directory, change directory. Yeah. Okay. Learned quite a handful of commands. Okay, before I start all over, let me quickly remove all of the directories that I've created. All right, that we can start all of them. Let's delete all the directories. Okay, so can we go back to that place one more time? By the way, I can use my up arrow key to bring back the commands that I had earlier on, so that if I see the one I'm looking for, I can just press it. All right, up arrow key. Apparently, I'm not even getting. Okay, no problem.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
let me just do, yeah?
So when I click enter, what is coming up here is question mark.
Okay, I don't know where you were before you click enter. Let's do this revision again, and then you get what you are missing right, and then I give you time to practice, and then you come back with the question.
So when I type clear and enter, well, all I'm getting is just question mark, question mark.
Okay, so look at clear. This is how to type clear. How did you type your own? You put capital letter somewhere?
Let me see. No, my lowercase, so everything is lowercase.
So how do you want me to help now?
Let me just try again. Something's not right. Maybe I should go back and try it and start all over again.
Try PWD first to see where you are.
Irrespective of where you are, clear should work. So you are not typing on the command prompt. So that's why I said, let's go through, let's do this all over again so that you watch and get it right before you go to practice. All right, now you are practicing halfway, you are watching me halfway, you are missing.
Quick question, Mr. Akin.
Yes, sir.
Is it case sensitive?
Yes, it is case sensitive.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Clear is in small letter. All commands are in small letter. If you do make directory with capital M, make directory, there's a capital letter somewhere. You have to say back on. It's case sensitive. All commands are in small letter. Okay. So let's quickly remove everything we've created so far. Let's go. Change directory to home, to EC2 user, to me, to you, to where? Okay, let's see. LS. Yeah, him, CD, him. Right, ls minus l. Okay, yeah. Now, to begin to remove directory, this is the command. Print working directory. If we say remove directory, that's the command. RMDIR, remove directory. RMDIR. Which directory do you want to remove? It's only reasonable that you start from the top. All right? It's going to tell you bad command or something. Because right now, we're in R. We cannot be in a room and set the room on fire or put a bomb there. We have to get out of R before we can remove R. So the way to remove directory is to do CD space ... With that one, we are now out of. Now that we are out of R, we can now destroy her. What is the command to remove her? Remove directory. That is it. It's gone. If we do ls -l now, there is nothing. Good. Who can help me remove the directory? Him. What should they do first in order to remove the directory?
Go back. So cd space ...
Yes, get out of the directory with cd space ... All right, I'm out of the directory. What do I do now?
Remove directory. So
remove
RMD.
directory, then
get him.
Okay, good. Awesome. How do I confirm that the directory is actually no longer there? It's removed?
ls.
ls. Preferably -l. ls -l. Correct. Thank you. So who will help me remove the directory? You now. Not the same person, a different person. If you participate like this and you see it, it'll be easy for you to practice. Yeah.
cd ...
What are we achieving with? Don't give me the command yet. Explain to me what we're trying to achieve.
We're trying to remove the directory.
So why are you saying cd ...
Because we have to be out of.
Okay, so we want to get out of the current directory. All right,
Yeah.
good. cd ... All right, so I'm out of the current directory, you. So what's the next one?
Yeah, we do remove directory U.
We may now remove the directory. Remove directory U, correct. The directory removed, how do I confirm? How do I confirm?
ls.
ls. Preferably -l. Correct, thank you. Who can tell me what directory are we in right now? What command do I will show me that?
pwd.
pwd, print working directory. And from what I see, what directory are we in?
Me.
Which is in where?
She's in
EC2 user.
Okay, so what is in EC2 user as well?
Home.
Home directory. And home directory is where?
Root directory.
Root.
On root directory, correct. All right, so who can help me remove the directory me now?
cd ...
Thank you.
Remove directory.
Remove directory.
Remove directory me. Okay. Then confirm.
ls -l.
-l. Correct. Is it gone or still there?
It's gone.
Gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Gone.
Okay. All right. So where are we now? We're in home directory. This was the directory that we created, right? ls -l. I mean, print working directory. That's where we can stop. We did not create this, so we cannot remove what we started to create from. All right, guys. So we successfully removed all of the directories that we created. Now let us go through. Let's go over one more time and make directories, just like we did before, so that the person who had issues will be able to resolve. So the command to clear is clear. There's no reason why it will not work. So press clear and then you press enter. That is it. As long as you are in Linux, it doesn't even matter which part of Linux you are in. That would always work. Now let us, where are we? Print working directory. Let's make a directory and call it Akin. Make directory Akin. Change directory to Akin. I mean Akin. On top of Akin, make directory daily. Then cd daily. Then on top of daily, make directory Jude. On top of what are we? Print working directory. I'm still in daily. Change directory to Jude. I'm in Jude now. ls -l. Of course, nothing there. I didn't put anything there. What did I set it? So on top of Jude, make directory John, J-O-H. And then is John there? ls -l. Yeah, John is there. So change directory to John. All right, good. So that's how to create directory and move from one directory to another upwards. Is that clear? Everybody knows how to create directory?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No? Okay. What's the confusion?
When I create it says deny.
Now, this is what you are going to do. Just enter CD and press enter. You see my CD?
Yeah.
Press enter.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, now start to create directory.
Do I start with print working directory first?
You don't even know the meaning of print working directory. It's just for your visual understanding of what am I. So no, it's not a, you don't need it for this to create directory, basically.
Make directory.
Yeah.
Okay, it's correct.
Correct. It's working now, right? Okay,
yes.
Maybe I should just explain this right away. Why? No. Don't worry. I'll be rushing you with too many commands. I'll explain that. All right. Any other person who cannot do what we've done so far? Down your system.
I don't really get it.
Okay. So where are you? What was the last thing you got?
So when I type LX, maybe dash ZL or 1 or something.
You don't even know what you're typing. So how can I help you?
So I type LX.
You should know what.
Dash 1. I type LX like dash 1. It's a command.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's this dash 1 that we said this thing over 20 times today. So did we ever say dash 1 somewhere?
Dash L.
Minus L.
That's minus L. LS minus L. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't know the thing, then you cannot type it.
Yes, I think it's imputing wrong commands.
Yeah. I'm shouting this so that you get used to it.
Is it LS space minus
L?
That is what it is.
Okay.
LS minus L, or if you prefer, LS hyphen L. All right, so when you type that, what do you see? Start command or reply? Okay, so any other person with problem? I know you are not everyone is practicing right now, but if there's anyone who is practicing and you're having issues, what's the problem?
I was able to figure it out.
Okay, so when you enter a command and it tells you, like you try to make a directory and it says permission denied, it means that you are in the wrong place, that you should not be working. You are in somebody else's country, you don't have, that's extreme to give an example. You are just in a place where you don't have the permission to work. So you are not allowed to work there. So the thing to do to get to your own place, to your own home directly as a user, so that you can do all things, is to say CD. Again, I will explain the meaning of CD. That is the command, but I will explain the concept. So what does CD do? CD will take you from wherever you are on the system to your current home, to your home directory. And from your home directory, you are now able to do things that you were doing. All right. So, yeah, we already practiced. You guys already helped me to delete directories, so there's no need to repeat it. All right. If everybody is good with this and there are no more questions, maybe we should learn a few more commands.
I suggest we go over the same thing over and over again, because this is if we learn this one, then we keep this one in our head, we can just build on it.
Yeah, that's the essence of the video. It could be boring for me to just keep repeating the same thing when you have it. But
yeah, that's true.
I think I want to make a suggestion.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to suggest that maybe we should go to the next command, then we can easily come back and do a recap on it on our home.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, let's look at the note. Let's look at the note. So, introduction to Linux, basic Linux distribution. Okay. All right. So now we know how to go into cloud and set up an EC2 instance running a Linux operating system. And then we know how to connect by clicking this connect to the instance, so that will now take us to this. This is what we're working on. And then from there, I'll come back and explain this. It might be too hard for somebody just all right, from there we talked about the district. So now you know that backslash means root. We've not done sudo, we'll do all of that. And then I use my pwd cd cd slash cd make directory. Yeah, I don't want to teach more than that. Covered. Okay, so let's repeat what we've done so far. So let me close the terminal. This is how to do it. So see the window here, see the fan? You close that. The terminal is closed. Let us shut down our EC2 so that we are not charged while we are sleeping. How do you do that? You see the screen?
Instance, then terminate.
Yes. All right. So everyone, how many people do we have here? All 43 people got that, or not everyone can talk? So,
yes.
Yep.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
Instance.
Got it.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So you highlight. In this case, there's one that is already terminated, and there is one that is running. If they are highlighted, instead of selecting them one by one, it's okay as long as it's highlighted. Then you say terminate. And you terminate. This way you can sleep with your two eyes closed, knowing that Amazon is not going to send you anything. All right, now let us set up a new instance one more time, even though this is something we'll be doing every time. So here we'll go to launch instance. All right, so somebody help me. What do we do here?
Type the name like an item or the name of the, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then after that, what do I do?
Then we'll come down here to input the number instances that we want to put in.
So who can help from there?
Already we are working on Amazon Linux.
The key pair.
Key pair is the next thing. So what key pair are we using for this class?
You can use an existing one, the ITern key pair.
All right, thank you. What else?
Then the next thing is to input the numbers.
Launch instance.
Launch instance, correct. Launch instance. All right. At least you have something to put on your resume today with the way you answer questions. So go back to instances. What do you want to do now?
To connect.
You want to connect.
You want to connect it.
Connect, yeah, that's the next thing to do. Right, connect. All right, so many things on the screen, so I just
check.
I just refresh so that and then this is shutting down. I'm not talking about that system. This is terminated. I'm not talking about that. So I must make sure that I highlight the instance, that the particular one that I'm interested in. So we'll come here, I will check. All right, now I have information about that instance everywhere. But like you said, the real thing I want to do now is connect to that instance. So I come here and I click connect. And of the many possible ways to connect, which we are going to learn one by one, but not under Linux necessarily, the one that I want to use is EC2 instance connect. Make sure that is highlighted and I click connect. That is it. I'm now inside that server. All right. Let me just clear up this so I can have more space. All right. Now I can practice the command that we have learned so far. What commands have we learned? Networking directory, okay. Make directory, Tom, cd Tom, make directory, KDR, dig, cd dig, make directory, Harry, cd Harry, networking directory. So okay, good. I don't want to create a file today, otherwise I'll put a file, but I'm good with this. So let me begin to remove the directories. So remove Harry, I'll do cd dot remove directory Harry. Harry is gone. If I do ls minus l, there's no Harry there. Remove it, cd dot remove directory. What? Remove directory what?
Dick.
And then to remove Tom, what do I do? cd dot and then remove directory. What am I now? pwd. I cannot remove this. I did not create. If I want to say, yeah, go. All right, so let me test you. cd x clear. Make directory Tom. Why is it saying? Why is it saying that? Does this make directory Tom it work? So how come it's not working?
Because we already make a directory for Tom.
Permission denied.
Yeah, why is it that?
I think
you're not in the right place.
Maybe you don't have access to etc.
Yes. Yes, I'm not in the right place. Wherever I am, I don't have permission to create directory. So I'm in the directory called etc. Could have been any other directory. So it says you are not allowed to create directories. That's the meaning. All right, beautiful. Thank you. You got it. So how do I get to the right place and so I can create my directory?
cd.
cd is the command. Thank you. And from etc, it has moved me to tilde. What's the meaning of tilde? Tilde means my home directory as EC2. If I say print working directory, this is tilde. I said I was not going to teach a new command, but anyway. The point is, anywhere you see this sign, it's called tilde. It means that I'm in my home country. I'm in my home directory. I'm in my place where I will not be denied access to do anything. And this is the command that takes me to my home directory. Every time you try to do something and it says permission denied, remember that you are in the wrong place. Wherever you are working from, you are not allowed to perform that function. If you must perform that function, then go home, and then you'll be allowed to do it. Thank you. Yes, the raise hand.
Yes, I have a question. When I type "who am I" right there, it's not showing my.
Who am I?
Yeah, it's saying EC2 user.
Yes, now that's who you are.
Yeah. Oh, but I logged in as root, and
I don't know the meaning of root. What does root mean? What does it mean to log in as root? So you are not in class. You are taking us to something.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know the meaning of root. But we'll get there, you teach us. But for now, did you get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the normal thing. Who am I? Root. And yeah, by the way, thank you. So that's another command just to say, yeah, I mean, you know that Linux is a network operating system. So it means that on a single Linux server, you can have many administrators working. So I can come in to say, okay, of the many possible administrators, for example, I can create Linux account, user account for everyone in this class, all 44 persons. If 44, by the way, 44 persons only because it's free class. It's not going to be 44 persons by mistake. So don't be scared about how do we control 44 people. When it's time to make payment now, the ones that are here to spy, they will withdraw. All right. So who am I will tell you the current user, the current administrator. This is not every user on the Linux system is an administrator. They can tell you, I am your boss, I'm the manager. And so many things going on here. I want to, okay, who is currently logged on? Of the 15 sessions that we've had in the last 4 hours, who is logged in? Don't worry, you understand some of these things more and more later. But the bottom line is there is a command called who am I? It tells you that of the 15 people who have account on this system, this is the person that is currently in. Okay. Yeah, questions?
Yeah, so I was just playing around with it and I was trying to remove a directory. So I did CD space ... to go back. But when I tried to remove the directory, it said failed to remove directory not empty.
You said directory not empty, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you probably have, did you put something in the directory that you created? So you have another directory inside that directory. So go and remove the directory on top first.
Okay, so
let's do it.
Inside.
Let's do it. Let's
CD.
say, can we do it together so others can make?
Yeah, sorry.
So make directory, give me names, John. Send directory to John. Make directory Mary. Send directory to Mary.
Oh, I see. Because you have to start from the end and go backwards. You can't. I see.
So if I now say CD from Mary to CD ... I mean John.
Yeah.
And then CD ... I'm out of John. And then I do ls minus L and I see John. And because I'm out of John, I say remove
it. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, I see.
Because there's Mary inside of John.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. So, yes. Good job. You have learned at least the basics today. We will learn on top of that on Wednesday, and then we'll move on. These are just the elementary commands, the basic commands to warm up to get into anyway. And then as we learn more and more commands, we'll be explaining what the commands do, how they relate with your job function and your job role as Linux systems administrators first, and then as DevOps engineers. All right. Questions?
Good question.
Yes.
So are these commands used across board like you? So why setting up, give me one more. I'm trying to check now. We're currently on Amazon Linux right now, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned there's Red Hat and like a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
So these commands, does it work for the rest of them, or do we have to learn the different commands?
No, exactly the same command. Exactly
the
same. Exactly.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, thank
you. Exactly, no difference. The only place where there will be difference later when we get to the advanced level, I'll show you when we get there. And it's just one word. Instead of yum, you use the word, instead of the word yum, you use the word at. That's where there will be difference. Apart from that, everything is exactly the same.
Okay.
Amazon did it. All right, if there are no questions from you, is it okay for me to bombard you with questions now? Any questions for me? Okay. So,
excuse me.
Yes.
Are we going to terminate the screen?
The EC2?
Yes.
The instance? Yeah. But we're still practicing though.
Okay.
Yeah. What you have is, it's not 7 hours in a month. You have 750 hours. So
okay.
That's a lot, yeah. So you can afford to let it
run for a while.
Yeah.
Oh boy, no charge. Oh boy, no one get charged.
So I'm not paying.
So who can mention 3 different distros of Linux? At least 3 different distributions of Linux. Huh?
Ubuntu.
Yeah.
CentOS.
Okay.
Amazon.
Red Hat.
Amazon Linux, okay.
Red Hat.
Red Hat, correct. So which of these?
Red Hat.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So which of these do you know to use? Which of these have you used?
Amazon. AWS.
Amazon Linux.
It's called Amazon Linux, not Amazon, not AWS. Amazon Linux.
Okay.
So yeah, Amazon Linux, correct for the people. Amazon Linux. All right, because that's the one we just used today. If you already knew one before today, I don't know about that. So we're talking about
So if you were to add it to your resume, would you say Amazon Linux systems
Yes.
operator, or would you? Okay.
You say, I mean, we already have the sample how you put it. So if you get it, you mentioned Amazon Linux, you mentioned Ubuntu, you mentioned, and because we said Red Hat and CentOS are exactly the same, it's just that CentOS is the free version of Red Hat. So it's okay to mention them because they are, what is it? And that's okay, and CentOS is the same. So this Red Hat is CentOS that is supported by, has a support group that you probably pay like $100 or $2, depending. But CentOS, you are completely on your own, no support group. You run into a problem, no. So this supports enterprise. That's why it's called, all right? Otherwise, the commands are exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah. But this one, you can, there's a support that you can call, like, you know what support is? I have this issue, I have this problem, I'm trying to manage 7,000 computers. So you cannot say because it's free and you are running Linux and you are making profit, you don't have these people behind to. No. So apart from that, the commands are the same. Then Fedora is the original version of Linux from which Red Hat and CentOS were developed. Yeah, Debian is Debian and Ubuntu are the same, like you can see from here. All right. Then SUSE, Linux, there are many of them, over 600 of them actually. But the most popular are these ones that I just said. But for me, this is the one that we'll be using. Once we get out of Linux now, we'll go into the big courses. Ubuntu is the one we'll be using. Okay, so we just answered one question. To take me from French working directory, CD, John, CD, Mary, French working directory. To take my command prompt from Mary to root, what is the single command that will do that for me?
CD.
CD dot will take me one step at a time. Correct. One step at a time till I get there. But what's the one command I will do is
CD slash.
Slash.
CD slash, yeah. What slash? Is it this slash, forward slash, or backslash?
Forward slash.
Forward slash.
Oh,
This one?
no.
Forward slash.
Okay, actually, this forward.
Yeah.
Okay, forward slash.
Yeah. All right, so that is it. And then what tells me here on this prompt now that I'm now in the root directory?
Say it again.
What sign is there? That's tilde. It tells me that I'm in the home directory.
PWD.
No, this is the sign. This forward slash tells me, yeah, that I'm now in the root directory. So if I wanted to know, yes, PWD is also correct. If I didn't see that or I didn't believe that and I wanted to know where am I, it will still show me the same sign which I'm already seeing. Right. Yeah, you are doing
Where
well
does
with
the
that.
tutor comes into play? You mentioned tutor the other time, right?
Where you want to go to
Here.
the same directory.
Yeah. Do you see tilde here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
I can see it right there. Okay.
When you do CD, it takes you to tilde. CD. Takes you to tilde. You know the meaning of tilde?
No.
You mentioned you said it the other time. It takes you
Home
home.
directory.
Oh, that's a home directory. Okay.
Yeah, the home directory of the current user. So who is the current user? EC2. The home directory of the current user is this is it. We'll talk more about it, though. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
But for now. Okay. Okay, let me look for another question. Okay, so please, when we finish this class now, what you are going to do is, so this is the last week class. We had two classes per week. We had one introduction, and then we have this today. So from Wednesday, I would admit only people who have paid for class. And then please, if you are already paid, please do me do me a private message if you have already paid with your email address, because these things will be shared privately through email, so that I can share the materials with you, the note and then the video, and then for now just the note and the video. But subsequently, we are going to have a lot of quotes and other kinds of material for us. Right, so please do me a private WhatsApp message with your email address. All right, so yes, from next class will be Wednesday, but not only people who have paid to be allowed into company. We kept the promise of 1 week free class, and then so what else is there to quickly take care of now? Yeah, that's basically. Is there something I'm forgetting?
I thought that first class was just an intro class, and we're still going to get another free one on Wednesday.
No, we're done with the free thing. We're done with free classes. Yes, Daniela.
Yeah. Please, can we please pay honor before Wednesday?
Yeah. Pay honor before class on Wednesday.
Before class on Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before class on Wednesday. All right.
And
thank you,
then yeah.
Sorry, I dropped off at the last call because I'm in London and it's about almost 2 a.m. for me now. So it's the same situation now. So I didn't get the payment structure thing. So is there a way you can send it again, please?
Yes. Are you on the group?
Yeah, I am on the group.
Okay. So when you say the payment structure, you mean how much are we paying for Linux?
So are you paying per module or is for the whole thing?
No, it's per module. So like we said in the introduction, did you watch the introductory video, by the way? So I can send you that.
Is that the same video on the group?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm a bit confused because my understanding is I don't have to start learning Linux. I have to start with other things. So it's just the structure that I'm confused with. So I don't really want to do this module right now. So I need to see which other things I can opt for and know when the class is out.
Okay. Yeah. So let's chat about it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So this particular class is Linux. So depending on what you already know, for example, you already know Linux and all of this is just, then there's no need to repeat this.
Yeah,
So
but if for the Linux, I only need to learn the bash commands. Is that correct?
I don't know if it's correct because I don't know what you already know.
Okay.
Yes. So the Linux by itself is it's not just the bash command. Bash command is just one day of the many things that we are learning. So if you already know Linux, then there's no need to repeat this. You will be, depending on what the goal is, it might be AWS or something else. So we'll just discuss at it. That's not for everybody in the class. Most people here are for Linux, so we'll not distract them with it. We'll just discuss that between us and talk about it. I recommend where you go from there based on what you already know. Or it's module by module, depending on what you are doing. And by the way, you can go to the site. And I'll probably just go to the site. All right, so this is Linux. So if you are ready for Linux, just come here and click Learn More. It's about Linux operating system. And then you come here and you register for payment. So if Linux is your interest, you click Cloud Server Administration with Linux. That is it. So if Linux is not the interest, so whatever the cost is, if you're interested in that one.
Got it. It's just because this time of the day for me is not sustainable, so I need to actually look into it properly.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right then. Wow. So yeah.
Please, I also love to get details about the payment. I don't have this link and I'm not in the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what would you like to know? If it's something that pertains to everybody, then we can. Otherwise, we'll
the payment plan.
Yes. So this is the payment plan.
Can you post the link? I don't have this link.
Okay. You said you are not in the group, so where am I going to post?
No, I'm not in the group.
Okay, so just do me a text message and I'll give you this link on WhatsApp. This is the payment plan. So this one, this amount for the month. Each course is 1 month. So that cost is that amount. This cost is that amount, and so on and so forth. And for AWS, for DevOps, you are taking only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 courses only. The others are not DevOps. All right. Any other questions? Yes. Questions? Okay. No more questions. Yeah. So let's terminate. We'll come back here. We'll close the window. We'll go to instance, and then we'll have that terminated and this terminated. So we'll check the one that is running. And we'll go to instance and see terminated. And then we are done practice. So next time we'll come to class, we'll set up a new instance and then we'll practice with it. And then once we are done practicing, we'll terminate it. And then keep doing that so that we'll only begin to leave our servers on when we get to commands that we cannot necessarily repeat within 30 minutes. So just leave the servers on. But again, as part of AWS training, we are going to show you what to do when you turn servers on so that your cost can be low. But for me as trainer, no problem. I'm making the money so I can afford to put my servers on. So there are other sites that other business accounts where my servers are on. All right, but for you,
just to confirm, your Zelle is the 214-438-9105 number?
Yes, the same WhatsApp number. All right, guys, so that's that for today. 2 hours per class for Linux. And then once you are strong enough to start taking 3 hours, you start doing 3 hours. Any last minute question? All right, guys. So please do me the text message so that I will share the videos and materials like we already said with your email address. That will be true email. And then, of course, the group will start to shrink. We want to retain only the people. The group is for support. So that when you are practicing and you have issues, take a snapshot and post on the group. Myself and your colleagues will be there to help you resolve issues until you know how to do it. So it will shrink so that only the number of people that have paid for class would remain. All right. That's about it for today. All right, everyone good?
Yes, we did.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. That's it for today.
Thank
See
you
you
so
on
much.
Wednesday, same time.
Thank you for your time.
All right, then.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.